Hi everyone, welcome to Ask Dr Vincent live on Substack. If you have not followed me and haven't subscribed, please do so because your comments, your question, and your support means a lot to me. This is the reason why I want to take time every day, hopefully, or at least a couple of times a week to come live to talk about things that are trending, especially when it comes to health and wellness. And today I want to talk about walking. A lot of times we really dismiss the valuable aspect of walking. We think about exercise and working out and staying fit simply with going to the gym, doing yoga, doing Pilates, or running even. But we often discount the health benefits of simple walk. People think that by walking, they don't necessarily train their muscle, they don't necessarily burn fat, they don't necessarily help their body to lose the excess weight. But I want to tell you today that walking is probably one of, if not the most and healthiest, the most beneficial and healthiest form of exercise because everyone can do it. Everyone, you can walk from a very young age, right? Like with teenagers, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, all the way. Uh, if God willing, if you're actually looking after your body, you can walk until the day that you die, hopefully. And that is my goal. I want to look after my physical health and obviously mental health as well, but focusing on my mobility, focusing on my flexibility, making sure that I can walk all all through my life till the olden age. And I also want to share this with you because not everyone has access to the gym. Not everyone has the time. Not everyone has the luxury to go to the gym to do a 90 minutes yoga, to do soul cycle, to jump on a Peloton bike and do your exercise in the morning. Some of us, we don't have the luxury. We don't have the access. But you know what? You can walk. In a lot of cases, when you walk, not only you are exercising your body, you're increasing your metabolic rate, you are promoting and boosting your circulatory level, you're increasing the oxygenation rate of your cells. It means that it wakes you up from the inside, it energizes you up from the inside. You can also use that as a form of meditation. I'm not someone who would sit still and meditate and close my eyes and don't do anything, stay in silence to actually calm myself down. I'm the polar opposite of that. But what I find really helpful when it comes to calming myself down, when it comes to making, clearing my mind, or even thinking for a solution to the problem that I was facing at that time, is walking. Walking helps you to, or at least it helps me to find my rhythm, to find my pace. And not only that, because it literally increases your circulatory system, it increases the rate of your circulatory system. It gives and supplies oxygen, more oxygen to your brain. And that's what your brain needs when it wants to think, when it wants to solve issues. It needs that oxygen power. All of these neurons needs to fire all the signals, process all the information, and the extra level of oxygen really help your brain to perform on the top of its game. The other thing that I want to talk about walking is the number of steps. We're all very familiar with the number of calories that we eat and the number of calories that we burn. And people think, including myself before, that that's the most important numbers when it comes to health and weight management. Research have shown that the number of steps that you take every day is arguably more important than the number of calories that you burn. And the consensus is around 7,500 to 10,000. That is acceptable. That is considered the healthy average. I know that some days you probably do 2,000 or 3,000 because you are stuck in a meeting, or when you get really busy, or when you feel a little bit tired, you don't really want to move too much. But there are times, and for me, that's the weekend. I would clock 15, 16,000 steps on the weekend, because not only it is a form of exercise, it also gets you to go out. You experience this, the great outdoors, breathing in fresh air, looking into the blue skies. You probably trivialize the positive effect of being outdoors to your health, but don't don't argue with me until you try it. A little bit of sunlight also helps to elevate your mood. It helps your body to feel optimistic. It helps your body to feel that, is promising. There's something to look forward to. And that's the reason why during winter, people are a lot more prone to experiencing the blues, the winter blues, or in some cases, even depression. And being outdoors, getting this sunlight, feeling the warmth of the sun, the breeze of the air, it really does wonder to your body, to your mental health, but also your physical health. And recently, I think 2 days ago, Body and Soul publication asked me to share the reason why walking is a good thing to do after lunch or after a meal. But uh, I w- I was talking to the editor, and I said that I want to focus on the lunchtime, because I don't know if you are like me. I usually suffer from PLS, post lunch slump. That's the reason sometimes I feel that I don't want to eat lunch during working hours or during working days, because it really reduces my productivity. Until I learned the trick. After you eat your lunch, and try to keep it a little bit light, try to keep it on the lighter side of the volume as well as the richness of the food. After you finish your lunch, probably wait 5 to 10 minutes and go out for a walk. Especially if you work in the office, if you work in the building, go out. It doesn't have to be too long, probably 10 to 15 minutes walk. It doesn't have to be a quick or fast walk, just a brisk walk. Walk around the corner, walk around the building, walk with friends. That really, really changes that post lunch slump. And as a matter of fact, it gives you a lot more energy, because your body knows that all this fuel, all this calorie that you just put into your body are being used and directed towards giving you more energy, towards giving you more power to process information. It gives you more clarity. It helps to increase your mental acuity. And as a bonus, it actually helps to reduce that blood sugar spike. And the reduction of this blood sugar spike is the reason why you don't feel that slump. You don't feel that tiredness and sleepiness. And you know what? If you can do it just by walking 10 to 15 minutes, I think it's a good thing. It's an easy thing to do. If you don't believe me, try it. Try it for 7 days and then write a comment. Tell me what you feel. If you don't feel that it makes a positive change, let's talk again, and let's dissect and analyze as to why it doesn't do the things that it's supposed to do for you, because science is all about analysis, and in a lot of cases it's also about trial and error. Not 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 everyone f- can respond in the same way to a problem. Not every healthy habit can be applied to everyone. And that's the reason why I really value and I really appreciate our interaction. Every email that you send, every message, or even sometimes letters that you send our way, I read every single one of them, because I really value this relationship and interaction when it comes to you telling me stuff, you asking me stuff, you are promoting our products, supporting our effort, because at the end of the day, it's all about being healthy, and it's all about being happy. The reason why I not really stopped being a scientist, because I am always a scientist. I do my research. I am thinking like scientists. I use science to resolve the issues. I use science to formulate and innovate new products, but I have left that academic world to be in the business world and entrepreneurial world because I feel that science, for me, in my case, science is working when I put it to work. Science is useful when I put it to work. When I use this piece of technology to extract and activate phenolic antioxidants, I can create product range that help people because the first person that was helped was my grandma. And that's the reason why uh, I make that career change. And 10 years later, it has been very rewarding. It has been very thrilling and exciting. And I have to say that a big part as to why this journey has been so exciting and so rewarding and fulfilling is you. People like you who encourage me to help motivate me because sometimes things are not easy, but you guys support me and encourage me to keep fighting the good fight. We are doing something quite revolutionary. We want to make sure that health and wellness is accessible by everyone. I really hate it when people think that being healthy, living a healthy lifestyle is complicated, expensive, and difficult. I don't want you to think that because every day is your day to be healthy and to be happy. And I want to lead that charge. I want to lead that revolution to make people believe they too can be happy, they too can be healthy because sometimes it's not about big changes. Sometimes it's about small steps, small things that we change every day that make up a healthy life. And not only that, if you're a parent, if you have a younger sibling, or even if you have a lot of friends or some friends around you, all of these things that you change in terms of being healthier, all of these things that you do in terms of trying to be more active, all of this knowledge that you discover and remember and practice when it comes to healthy eating, when it comes to healthy diet, when it comes to healthy lifestyle, all of this knowledge will have a positive impact to people around you. If you're a parent, your kids will learn from you and they will then practice it and pass it on to other people. So this is, in my mind, this is a little bit like the reverse of the vicious cycle. Sometimes when we talk about health, we're only focusing on the vicious cycle. For example, if you have sleeping issue tonight, you will wake up tired and then you will then overdose on caffeine and then you will overdose on energy bars or sugary stuff to keep you awake, to keep you energized to finish your day, to do what you have to do. And the cycle doesn't end there because then it will then cause you to be awake. It will cause you to have restless sleep. And the cycle starts again the next day. But when you also think about the cycle, it also is true on the other side. When you start a healthy lifestyle, when people around you see the positive impact, the positive changes, the benefits to your health and day-to-day life, they too can be inspired in making those changes, in making those steps towards living their life healthily. And I do believe that you can't be happy if you are unhealthy because we only have one body. We need to be healthy. We need to move without pain. We need to be awake. We need to be alert. We need to have that good relationship with our body because otherwise we can't be happy. And, I learned this through my own experience. I also learned this from people around me. And I'm very appreciative because one of the things that make up wisdom is knowing what you know as well as knowing what you don't know. I'm always very open to learn something new. I'm always very open to be corrected when it comes to, you know, new science, new advancement in technology. Because at the end of the day, we're all students. We're students of life. And the moment that we refuse to learn, the moment that we refuse to accept that there are things that we don't know, that is the moment that you stop growing. And we're a living being. If we stop growing, we might as well be dead. Well, thank you again. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. We send out emails about health articles, recipes, as well as the most recent things and excitement that I go through. Not only in the health and science and wellness world, but also in the business world. It's also in the real world, because we can't just exclude ourselves from the society. There's a lot of stress and anxiety that goes around the things that go on around us. And I do believe that it's very hard for us to change things, right? We can only control what we can control. And one of the things that we can control, hopefully, is our health. Because my dream is to give you that knowledge, because knowledge is power, and you can take charge. You can have this power back to determine your health, to determine your happiness through being healthy. And I hope in what I do, I can help to make it easier. I can help to make it more accessible to everyone. And remember, every day is your day to be healthy and to be happy. This is Dr. Vincent. Until next time, I will see you on the other side. Bye bye.